Give you an example. So when it came to telling the families that we were going to increase their homes up to 5 people,
as in from a capability, when you are engaging your staff members, what's the common thread across most of the staff members and leadership and yourself? What's the value you look for, as in terms of the value systems, what belief systems? And if you were to define that in half a line or one line, how would you do that?
I guess the values of belief systems, I guess it's about people who've got a willingness to learn, be open to doing things differently, to learning new skill sets and applying them, to doing it ethically and doing it authentically. So I don't know if that answers your question, but you probably talk about that element for a while, but people in a learning environment have got to be there because they want to learn. You can't take a horse to water and make them drink.
Yeah.
So I think people and just in this room, we're here because we want to learn or we want to have a conversation. So people have got to be authentic in that endeavour, I think, if they want to learn and develop.
And you use a term called bite the bullet. And I would want to know when you have bitten the bullet half and what happened then.
Bitten the bullet half. Well, in that change period, I bit the bullet half in terms of being honest with some of our staff in the organisation. So to give you an example, so when it came to telling the families that we were going to increase their homes up to 5 people, I didn't want to send a letter out to the families. I wanted Carolyn and I to go and visit every family personally and have a conversation in their lounge room about why this was happening. I felt sending a letter was insulting to the change that was being proposed. But I didn't want to tell our managers of the accommodation service because I didn't want it getting out before we could get into the lounge rooms and tell the families. So we had this event. I had this great lady, Roberta Mead, unfortunately she's passed away now, but she used to do a lot of facilitation work for us. And we had a session to talk about change in the organisation. I had a guy from another organisation who's going through the same thing come and talk to the people, our managers. I left them after the sort of morning session. I went back to my office and I remember I was having my lunch at my desk and Roberta comes to the door of my office and she said, "They're really angry." I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "They're really, really angry. They know something's up and you're not telling them. And they're really angry. You need to get down there and tell them." So I went down there and I said, "Okay, you're angry." So I said, "Look, here's the gig. We need to increase all the homes up to 5. We haven't told you directly because I wanted Carol and I to be able to go and talk to the families. I felt that if we told everyone, it would get out, as things do." So we had the honest conversation. You know the biggest learning from that? They didn't let the secret get out. They kept it. They allowed us time to go and see the families before it escaped into the gossip realm. So I guess what I learned from that is bite the change bullet whole, but also take the honesty bullet whole as well. Don't try and hide stuff from people because that was a really big learning. And then they were happy.